back, everyone. This should be a pretty quick video, but I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware that Bambu Lab actually released some new tools on their repository website, so MakerWorld. So if you were to go to MakerWorld.com, and of course you'll sign in, and if you haven't signed in, we'll just go through all the steps. And this actually will work for anyone who has a Bambu Labs printer, which you should already have an account. If not, you can always create an account. And these tools will work on any 3D printer. Multicolor might have some issues. All right, so let's just quickly log in. And if you don't have an account, you can link it to an account or just create here under create your account. We'll just link it to a Google account. All right, so read the terms and conditions. We'll assume that everyone read it all. So if you were to go to the Maker Lab, we'll start here. We're going to go into these other ones in the future video, but let's just go into MakeMySign. And this is actually really cool because you can just create a blank. And I'm actually going to just hit the little X here. We're going to start from the top. So if you are here, you can actually make a few things. So you can select a template. So your square, in which case you can change the corner radius. So if you just wanted a square, circle, triangle, star, even down to a dog bone or a sort of like a door hanger tag. Then of course you can go in and add your text. They have a huge amount of emojis, so if you just wanted any of the following, you can just plop it on in. Everything, of course, can be resized. You can add some basic shapes. At the moment, they don't have a whole lot of shapes, but I'm pretty sure they're going to add more. You can add an SVG file. The files that I've added were kind of messy, so I'm going to figure out what exactly it needs. It might actually be SVGs with outlines. And you can even add holes. So this is good for actually magnet holes or just sort of key tag holes. And as I was playing with this, if you go under the thickness portion, you can actually go through and you can tell it to put the whole item face down. But as you're making these, you can go to the 3D portion and it'll show you how it looks. So while it's not the full slicer, you can play around with this. And if I did the face down mode and go back to the 3D, this will actually flatten it out. So if you were to drop this on your plate, or if you have a textured plate, it'll just add it onto that side. And of course, once everything's said and done, you can hit the download and you can change it to a 3MF file, which is usually good for the Bambu Studio and Orca slicer, or just a straight STL. So if you had any other slicer, it could be Cura, it could be Prusa slicer, you can just drop it on in and then you can make your adjustments. Now, if you have an AMS, you can also color here. I tend to like to do that within the slicer though. So we're actually going to create some and we'll see how it turns out. Now, I don't know if this is by design, but it's usually when I import these, they're actually set up as the A1 Mini. I have an X1 Carbon, so of course you can make your adjustment and it changes. But overall, pretty neat, and you can create something within minutes. Chances are when we download an STL, it probably won't be colored, but we'll see how that looks. Yeah, so not colored. And you can just color it normally, depending on your AMS colors. This actually opens up a whole lot of options if you don't want to design things in a CAD program. I'm not sure if they're going to add any features within Bambu Studio, since this looks like the website will probably update faster than Studio will. But of course, that's all speculation. Now this, of course, opens up a lot of possibilities. So this was printed on the build plate. So of course it is flush and flat. Gets the texture of whatever you have on there. This particular one was printed face up. I don't know if you can see the small lip here. So it's raised a bit. And it looks like you can make adjustments within the MakerWorld website, or you can do it in the slicer once it's there. This one I kind of went ham on all of the emojis. Actually, some of the emojis. There's a lot more left. And of course you can resize them as well. And actually print cleanly. And I'm putting this up for no reason whatsoever. Okay, so this actually should be pretty straightforward and simple to create things. And I actually have a few ideas on what we can use these for. So, you know, obviously start creating, playing around. And again, you don't necessarily have to use it with a Bambu Labs printer, but it does look like it will, since it can push out an STL file, should work on any slicer. Thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And since this is a quick video, tell me what you think. Should I make it longer, make it shorter? Since they just released this particular feature, I wanted to at least get this out so everyone will have a chance to try it out.